think my mom had a relapse. We went back into foster care. I'm running the house in my mind. Not really, but I'm making some big decisions. Dad is at work. So my bad decision making started right at about 14 years old. Man, I was there, and for the next couple years, I was hustling, dealing drugs and doing whatever, trying to survive and get by, working jobs, whatever I had to do. Because I started doing some robberies and stuff, man. I started having a life. I started doing just bad stuff, bad decision making again. Left school, needed money. I started selling drugs. I started robbing. I got caught robbing.
So your significant other you was doing robberies with is now your wife?
Yeah.
Boy, man, some money and lifestyle.
Yeah,
hey,
it was crazy, man. It was real crazy. Hurt.
Thought you was born and raised here in Columbus.
No, man, Youngstown, Ohio, 330. Shout out to Youngstown for sure. Man, Youngstown is a dangerous city, man. Got a lot of history in Youngstown.
What you saw growing up in Youngstown affect you moving here to Columbus?
I knew some things. I was exposed to some things in Youngstown.
Was it somebody you ran into in there that made you just solely commit to God, or just the whole situation itself?
The whole situation itself. Now there was a lifer in there. His name is Derek Langford.
Derek Langford. Yeah. Shout out to you, man.
Yeah, shout out to Derek Langford, man. I just actually went and visited him last week.
Really?
I still visit him.
Boy, you're a stand-up dude, man. And
so the Bible says that God, in the book of Matthew, it says that God pulls the reins of your heart, R-E-I-G-N-S. He pulls the reins of your heart to know why you do the things you do.
Real quick too, man. I know you was talking about in the gym, bro, trying to get back in the sparring and all that. Man, I was thinking to myself, I said, you know what? I'm gonna see if I can hone my skills a little bit. Let me ask BC what he like to spar. Then I went back to YouTube and I saw that clip, bro. And I seen, man, bro was, hey, straight up though, bro was, I don't know how they end up managing to find this dude for you to spar. But bro, when your back was against the ropes, I don't know how you got that uppercut off, bro. But it dropped down to his knees like that. And I told myself, I said, you sure this is what you want to ask BC? No. You know what I mean? Hey, no. Straight up.
That dude was big.
Yeah,
they matched me up with me. They just match a weight class. It don't matter how tall, big. Man, it was like a setup. We was the only couple heavyweights that wanted to fight. So they just had us fight each other.
Oh, that's...
And I didn't mind. I didn't back down. I seen him. I was like, okay, I like, that's cool, man. I ain't study dude or nothing. I was just like, hey, man, we're going to get out there. We just hitting anyway. So.
It was lovely, too. I was like, God, that was nasty work, man. What you thought about, Bud and Canelo? Yeah, you tell me your thoughts on that,
I thought it was good. I thought it was great, man. I thought that Crawford is real good at fighting backwards.
Facts.
So being able to fight backwards is a beautiful thing because it's not like you're running. Yeah. It's like, it's a skill. So you backing up while you can throw a jab and you know what you're doing is immaculate. It's amazing to me. I thought he won because he had more skill. I do think Canelo have some skill. I just don't think he had as much skill. I think their power level matched up to pretty much the same. Canelo could get hit hard. Crawford could hit hard. I just think Crawford was a better skill fighter.
I 100% agree with that, man. 100% agree. Man, listen.
Fighting backwards, man, you like... now somebody coming at you, you can, while you moving, backing up, boom, a jab, and it's like, man.
And Crawford dang near a master at that.
Yeah, man.
Straight up.
That's what say. He can fight backward, moving backward.
Facts, man. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we here again, man. We here now, man. Yes, sir, man. Hey, man, y'all don't understand the backstory to this, man. But, man, the Project Porch is solely about stories of trials and triumphs and building from nothing, man. And this guy here, man, Brandon Cabrero, am I pronouncing that right, man?
Yep, Brandon Cabrero.
Man, Brandon Cabrero, man, his story embodies that, man. And I'm beyond appreciative for this gentleman here coming on to the Project Porch, man, and presenting his story, man. I pray you guys get something from it. We here now. They told us we wouldn't amount to much until those mountain move. Now we mountain up. God is good, ain't it? An open mind is what I pray for us, so I can plant this seed and watch it grow, Lord. Oh Lord, I need your help to light this torch. If their eyes closed, let these stories open them up from the Project Porch. Watch it grow, Lord. You're all welcome. You're more than welcome. Project Porch. What's up, brother? Talk
What's
to
up,
me, man.
What's going on? I'm here, man.
I appreciate it, man.
I'm comfortable too.
Man, bro, hey.
I feel like we chilling on the porch.
Man, that's what we are, man. You know what I mean? You might see a roach crawl by, man. We in the project porch. You know what I'm saying?
The project porch.
Yes, sir, man. Listen, man. I think it was John. I think I spoke about this with you before. It was John. I think it was, bro. He was talking about Youngstown, and he was talking about you being from Youngstown, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I thought you was born and raised here in Columbus.
No, man. Nah, Youngstown, Ohio, 330. Shout out to Youngstown for sure. Man, Youngstown is a dangerous city, man. Got a lot of history in Youngstown. So, and I was only there, honestly. I was born and raised there up until I was 11 years old, and then I moved to Columbus.
Wow, man.
But seeing everything I seen in there from birth to 11, was wild. So, a lot of underlying trauma there. Yeah. A lot of other things, a lot of fun, a lot of family. It was a lot of early on childhood. So, man,
that's dope, man. The only thing I knew about Youngstown, bro, I used to go over my partner house, Tim, and he was a huge fan of OSU, and particularly Maurice Claret, man.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing I knew about Youngstown.
Man, Maurice Claret is a dog, true legend, even a childhood legend. I remember we used to try to tackle dude, in my backyard and his backyard, and we all the neighborhood kids knew, like, man, he probably gonna go to the NFL. That's all we used to say. We 6, 7, 8 years old talking like this. Like, he was so hard to tackle back then. Like,
man, he was a solid dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, real solid.
How you end up here in Columbus, man?
My mom and dad, they moved to Columbus. Mm-hmm. I was in foster care in Youngstown with a family member and with an auntie, and they got us back into their custody. And when they got us back, they had a home in Columbus for us, and we moved. All our brothers and sisters and my mom and dad moved back with each other in Columbus. And that's when we started my journey in Columbus.
You grew up with both parents?
Yeah.
Both? How you end up in the foster care?
Man, mom and dad, man, they was back then, man, drugs hit the scene heavy. Mm-hmm. Drugs hit the scene heavy, man. And crack cocaine settled in. And it was a crazy, I was born in 86. So crack settled in, and it was like, new weed, I guess, mm-hmm. And got a hold of both my parents, and we was confiscated by child protective services, and they always look to family members first. So I was grateful for that, because then I was that way. Mom can easily pop up, at her aunt's home and see me because it's family. But they had to hit rehab and get themselves together, and they did. They ended up getting themselves together, and then boom, it was ended up being beautiful after that, here and there. Yeah.
So I think I've seen your mama on a couple of your Facebook pictures.
Yeah,
man.
Mom,
beautiful woman.
Great mom. They clean over 21 years now.
Beautiful lady too, man.
Still look younger than me.
Yeah, man. Like, that's what I'm like, man. Hey, when I first went to sorry to cut you off, by the way, but when I first went to your page, I was like, God, man, bro, dang, beautiful woman. I thought it was your lady at first.
Yeah. Everybody be saying that. Like, we be out in the dollar store and they be like, "Oh, y'all a cute couple." I'm like, man.
Yeah, straight up.
And mom just be smiling like, "Mom, oh man."
Almost brother and sister look alike.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
She get them compliments, man. She love the compliments, man. She love it. She look younger than all her children. I'm like, wow.
Them going through that, all of that was happening in Youngstown?
All that was happening in Youngstown. And it's sad too, because at that time it was 5 of us. Uh-huh. It's 11 of us now, brothers and sisters, but it was 5 of us. And at the end of the night, when you're going to sleep, you just want your brothers and sisters, man, your mom and dad.
Yeah.
As a kid,
for sure.
that's what you think about going to sleep. So, and that thought process becomes the norm, and then you just grow used to it. But you see all the other kids with their parents, their actual parents and stuff, and so it bothers you a little bit. So you kind of growing up a little like almost independent, even though you're being watched and raised, but it's not by your biological. So it's like, yeah, kind of it hurt a little bit, but it was like a growing pain that you just dealt with.
Yeah,
that most children deal with.
Yeah. How old were you around this time?
As far as I can remember, when I went into foster care, I was 4 years old. Yep, and I stayed with my auntie until I was 10 or 11.
Wow.
11.
So your auntie was here?
She was in Youngstown.
Oh, Youngstown. So when did you transition to Columbus?
I was about 10 going on 11 when we got the news. I remember my auntie leaving court one day. She walked in the house and she like, "Pack your stuff up. You're going to be with your mom and your dad." And I was like, well, I was so happy packing everything up. But she was crying. For her, I was the only child over there. The only one. Her daughter was 10 years older than me. So it's like my cousin was 10 years older than me, and while I was 10, she was 20 already.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So when I got there at 4, she was 14. But like I was the only little baby running around that mug, so they grew to love me, and I grew to love them. But I'll go back with my mom and dad, but they was sad, crying, and I remember them telling me to this day like it was so sad around here for about a year or two. After you left us, man, I'm like, dang, that's deep.
Man, that's crazy, bro. How did what you saw growing up in Youngstown affect you moving here to Columbus?
I knew some things.
Mm-hmm.
I was exposed to some things in Youngstown from seeing like some shootouts, drive-bys, some real gangster stuff in Youngstown. That's like a baby mafia city. So their killings is much different. It's like movie style killings, man. It's like arms chopped up, legs cut off, head separated from the body, but all the body parts on different sides of the town. So like God, they finding stuff like that. People burnt in dumpsters and cars set on fires, and so it was like real mafia style killings. Everybody wears suits, tuxedos, and suits while they killing people and stuff, man. So it was just like a crazy city, man, to see all that and be exposed to that type of gangster, and to have it in your family and outside your family, just always be around it. You was destined to grow up like a gangster in Youngstown, drug dealer or some. If you weren't working at like the steel mills or the. It's not a huge city, and it wasn't a lot of job opportunities. I think they grew a little bit more, but even when you ride through now, it's still like ghost town. So when I moved to Columbus, the effect on me it had was I felt like I was ready, for things, for the world. Like, man, I'm from Youngstown, so what else would y'all go show me? But I will say when I moved here, I was introduced to gangs. I didn't see too much of that in Youngstown. Youngstown, it was like about getting money and being gangster. But here, when I moved here, 10, 11, you kind of like hitting your puberty. So now you like, it was like about gangs, and like cats was like Bloods and Crips. I'm like, and we moved right into a blood neighborhood. And I quickly found that out. I'm like, we in East Haven. Like East Haven is, I'm like, okay, this is a red neighborhood. I didn't know that. I didn't know nothing about it. But those are the guys that I grew up with from there on out. So those are the people I kicked it with.
Did you end up joining?
I did. So that was the neighborhood I became part of. And that was the neighborhood I started representing. And that was the neighborhood that I started, throwing my hands up about it and fighting over and things like that and territorial about. So that's what I was introduced to. Did
that lead to like a downhill spiral?
Man, I had 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I'm gonna tell you that. Cause
you think that's the reason why some guys that are in the streets don't drown from the streets, because they have 1 foot in and 1 foot out?
I think so. I think some people have a deep rooted support system somewhere, whether it be an old lady down the street, which I had one of those, or whether it be a church family, which I had one of those. So it's like you don't get too sucked in, because you always got somebody that can pull you out and get you back together that you respect. And that's not even a big homie or nothing. That's like a person that have nothing to do with nothing, but they just love you and got their best interests at your heart. Yeah. It can become a down spiral. It's you still end up doing stuff. You create a record for yourself. You end up in a system, like, you know what I'm saying. So, but I also had good grades. So some people would never know that I was in a gang or nothing, because it wasn't for that teacher to know, because that teacher's not part of this lifestyle.
So you kind of kept it hidden a little bit then?
With the teachers and stuff. Some probably did know, but I ain't never let it spill over into class or nothing like that. It probably did a couple times, but it wasn't that like, oh, he's a troublemaker around the school. I kept it outside of school. Yeah. Kept it in the streets, because that's where it was supposed to be at. School is for school, streets is for streets.
Yeah, man. So talk to me a little bit, bro, about the breaking point. When did you start, start making those bad decisions?
I think when we went back into foster care.
Oh, wow.
At like after about 2.5 years of being with my mom and dad. I think my mom had a relapse. We went back into foster care. And
this after moving to Columbus?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they put me, I told you this before, but they put me in foster care with a pastor.
Okay.
Up in Mansfield. And, that's when I was heavily introduced to God. And I seen a lot of God already growing up, because in Youngstown, even we went to church sometime. My auntie would take us to church. I seen people speaking and uttering in other tongues and stuff. I didn't know what it meant yet. Really didn't care, because I was just a kid, really a baby. And, but fast forward, when they put me in foster care with that pastor, I thought forever I was just going to be holy. But then we got out of foster care. We stayed with that pastor for 2 years. And we got out of foster care and came back to Columbus.
Oh, wow, man.
And then I was a freshman in high school when we came back. And I was like, wow. I was right back with my homies. So, yeah. you do become a product of your environment.
Facts.
I was right back with the homies. I went with the pastor. So I was with my homies again. So now, ninth grade, you starting. You sexually active.
Yeah.
You smoking if you want. You doing things. You doing what you hang with, what you see, what you feed yourself. So you kind of become that again. So that was at that moment I started making my decisions of, I was with mom and them again. About 1.5 years, 2 years after that, she had another relapse. And I'm like, man. So at that point, I'm running the house in my mind. Not really, but I'm making some big decisions. Dad is at work. Mom in the streets. Dad was doing stuff in the streets. Mom would try to have a job. Whatever the case was, however you sugarcoat it, they weren't there 100% of the time. So now it's up to the older children to make some of the decisions. So that was me. So since I had that weight on my shoulders, I also justified in doing what I wanted to outside of the home. Whether it's being sexually active, having a girl over, driving a stolen car, smoking, going to fight somebody, jump somebody, shoot out, whatever. It was justified because I'm a man. I'm only 14. So you're not a man.
Facts. Still that impressionable mind, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So it's that impressionable mind. So you're just thinking like, well, it's whatever.
Yeah.
Like, so, it is what it is and ain't what it ain't. So in my mind, it was justified. So my bad decision making started right at about 14 years old.
And at some point, it led to having to do some time, didn't it?
Yeah, man. It went into incarceration. That's what I mean by 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Because while I finished high school and graduated, I also ended up going to college. And my whole hood was proud of me. I mean, you going to college, you'll never come back here, man. I'm like, I'm not. And I went to college. Of course, mom was in a relapse mode while I was in college. And I'm like, man, I didn't care anymore. Because I'm like, I already put way too much time in the family. I'm done. Brothers, sisters, I love y'all, mom, dad, whatever. I'm staying in college. I didn't go home for Thanksgiving, Christmas. Once I hit college, I stayed. I was doing classes all through the holidays, all picking up classes, all that. I'm going to graduate from college early. And then it was a turning point in college. I got in a fight with some guy who was a professional boxer. He just got his pro card. And he had some hands too. But they was jumping my dude. They was jumping my guy. And I went over there while they was jumping. We was playing a flag football game with Cincinnati versus Columbus. I'll never forget it. And they started jumping my friend. I guess they ain't like one of the plays or something he did. And man, he went over there and they just started. There was 3 of them jumping him, stumping him. So I went over there. I ran over there. I mean, what y'all on? He turned around. He put his hands up and I just hit him. Boom. And
down goes Frazier.
Man, he was 50% blind. He went 50% blind, man, off of the one hit.
That's why I won't get in the ring with you.
And I'm like, this dude's blind. I'm like, huh? He went to the hospital. I got his aunties, uncle, people calling me. Yeah, I'm sending everybody up there to get you. I'm like, we going to court about this? I'm like, he's a professional boxer, and he wasn't supposed to be on campus. I'm like, so I highly advise y'all not to do that. Like, it just happened. I'm sorry. I mean for that to happen like that. They jumping my friend. I reacted. And that was that. The cops came up to me, asked me to leave campus for a quarter and let things die down.
Okay.
I'm walking around with a gun on campus at this point because I didn't know what was about to happen. So still got that gangster mentality.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what's about to happen, but I got to protect myself. But I'm like, I don't want to get caught with this gun on campus. I think that West Virginia Tech situation just happened where somebody shot up the campus. That was right in around that time. I'm like, so guns on campus is highly not acceptable. So I'm like, and multiple people was walking around with them. And I'm like, man, any given time, I was thinking, air out. And so I honored the cops' decision and their suggestion and telling me to leave for about a quarter, let things die down. But when I left, I hit the streets again. And I just never ended up going back to this day. So not that I'm in the streets, but I just never went back to school. I returned back home, tried to get the home together. Mom was still in a relapse. She ended up going to jail for 30 days. And then after those 30 days, she been cleaned ever since. But man, I was there, and for the next couple years, I was hustling, dealing drugs and doing whatever, trying to survive and get by, working jobs, whatever I had to do. And after that, it led to some incarceration because I started doing some robberies and stuff, man. I started having a life. I started doing just bad stuff, bad decision making again. Left school, needed money. I started selling drugs. I started robbing, and I got caught robbing. I got caught doing some robbery. Me and my wife, matter of fact, she was my girlfriend at the time, but we got caught doing some robberies, man. Red-handed caught, man, and I ended up doing 4 years for that. Three and a half years for that.
So your significant other you was doing robberies with is now your wife?
Yeah.
Boy, man, some Bonnie and Clyde lifestyle.
Yeah,
hey,
it was
man.
crazy, man. It was real crazy. Her mom hated me for it, man. Her mom already forewarned her. Like, he not good for you. He gonna get you in trouble, you know. And I just look at her mom like, ma'am, your daughter gonna get me in trouble. She wilder than me, trust me. But man, we ended up getting caught, man. She ain't had to do a lot of time at all, because obviously I took a lot of that from her and told her, like, man, tell them it was all me. Tell them I need you to support me while I'm here. Blase, blase. But I ended up doing 3.5 years for that, man. And in incarceration is when I really turned it around mentally. Like my mindset changed. That's when I really gave it all to God. It was the last straw for me to say, man, I hit rock bottom.
Was it somebody you ran into in there that made you just solely commit to God, or just the whole situation itself?
The whole situation itself. Now there was a lifer in there. His name is Derek Langford.
Derek Langford.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, man.
Yeah, shout out to Derek Langford, man. I just actually went and visited him last week.
Really?
I still visit him.
Boy, you a stand-up dude, man. Straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up,
I still
man.
go visit Lang to this day. And I was released from incarceration in 2012. And I still go visit him. I go visit him all the time, actually. Dang. So, and but Langford, man, was a lifer, and he was like our pastor in there, really. Him and this guy knew the Bible like the back of his hand, and he knew things. And I would go reference the things he said in the Bible to make sure it lined up. He didn't just get taught by anybody, but he knew his stuff. And so he was also the lead worshiper on the praise and worship team. He played the drums, the guitar, the bass guitar, keyboard. He taught me how to play the keyboard. And it was a beautiful thing. And I was on a praise and worship team. And I just gave my life to God at that point. And even my wife, she's my girlfriend at the time, she wrote me a Dear John letter. She left me. She wrote me a Dear John letter. She like, it ain't going to be no kids, no nothing. We not getting married. Please stop saying that. And so when I read that letter, I was crying, I was bawling, but I'm thinking like, man, she found somebody else. That's all this is. And I'm crying like a baby. And I could hear God clear as day. Like, if you stop serving her and start serving me, I'll give her back to you. And I heard him clear as day say that to me, man. And at that point, I just left her alone. I granted her wishes. I stopped calling her, stopped writing her, whatever.
That probably was by far the hardest thing you could do.
It was, because I was getting a visit every weekend from her, and it just stopped. And so,
man,
yeah, and I was like, but it helped me get closer to God on the one-on-one side, and I got her out of my mind, and I got a visit from her out of nowhere, like after a year and 3 months of not talking to her at all.
Man, that give me chills, boy. God is so good, bro, and he stand on his word.
When she popped up saved, and she was like, I'm saved now, and I went on the Emmaus walk, and I was like, oh wow. I'm like, that's good. I'm like, and if you want to continue this journey with me when I get out, I ain't got much time left at that point. I think I only had like a year left, but I'm like, I have a lot of time left. But when I do get out of here, if you want to continue this journey with me, it got to be by God, because that's what I am now. So, and then we got out, and then boom, here we are. But of course, that was rocky, but it was it definitely was God and my incarceration. The incarceration was tough. You see everything in there, people fighting. Sexual activity, and there ain't no females in there, so it's like, man, you see guys holding guys' pockets. Like,
what does that mean?
It just mean that guy belonged to him. Like, he holding his pocket, going everywhere he go. Like,
man,
it was bad in there. I'm like, man,
my God.
And you can't look at it like, because then they both come and jump you. Like, you just gotta accept what's going on in that mud. Like,
they come jump you, next thing you know, they walking around with your pocket.
Man, it's crazy in there, man. You be in there like, bruh, stuff you see. So I just hooped in there. I stayed in shape. and stayed out the way. And I was in there doing church a lot, so I stayed out the way. But in the back of my mind, I always got that gangster mindset.
Yeah.
So it's all, but you keep that deep rooted because you don't. It ain't never fade away from me, but I started not to let it be activated anymore.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking from a spiritual aspect now instead of a natural.
Yeah.
So,
hey, speaking of hooping, man, you say you hooped in there, bro. You starting to look like BC, man. When I first met you, I met you at the gyms. Yeah. And, bro, when I tell you your shot was lights out, I'm starting to see that now.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it back, man.
You coming back, bro.
It's all about keeping the weight off, really, man. When I'm over a certain, even if I'm 1 pound over a certain weight, I am not myself. I can't hoop. I really can't because I play a specific way. Yeah. And when I'm overweight, I just ain't got it. I'm like a letdown to the team. But when I'm under that weight, it's pretty dangerous. And if I keep falling under that weight, I'll be able to do a lot more things. But yeah, I'm trying to get it back, man. I got to keep it, and I just get it back. Just keeping it, man.
Then, bro, you starting to look like BC, the BC I met,
I'm
man.
Trying, man.
Yes, sir. Not to deviate though, bro. How hard is it, bro, to stay consistent in your faith and building as a man and providing for your family?
It's tough, but it's a good tough. It's a challenge that you want to accept, and you want to wake up every morning accepting that challenge.
Facts.
You got children, you got a wife, you got people looking to you for guidance, looking to you for a vision, looking to you for security, whether it be financially or safety. They looking to you because you're the king of the house. Men go through a lot of things. I'm into mental health really big. I have a mental health agency. I'm into mental health. And so understanding mental health allows me to cope with things. It allows me to activate coping skills and be able to utilize that stuff for myself, on myself, and on my family. But it gets tough sometimes. It gets tough, man. But it's a challenge well accepted. It's like men fight other demons that people don't know about.
Facts.
Pain and stuff that you go through when you walk around here. Stuff you don't even talk about. Stuff that you just kind of deal with.
100%.
Stuff that just go unsaid. But you give it to God in prayer. You might go work out. We go hoop. You might go hit the weights. It's demons out there that attack you, whether it be temptation or lust. People deal with all type of stuff. And so the Bible says that God, in the book of Matthew, it says that God pulls the reins of your heart, REIGNS. He pulls the reins of your heart to know why you do the things you do. So not only that you do things, he knows why you do the things you do. So, that verse is deep to me because it's a reason for everything.
Facts.
And some stuff is undealt with trauma, and some stuff just go deeper.
Yeah, I heard a guy say men tend to suffer in silence.
Yeah.
Why is that?
It's many reasons. Some men feel like, hey, don't nobody want to hear my problems, and people got enough problems of their own. Some men feel like they might get judged. Some men feel like it ain't nobody to talk to because they ain't gonna get the response they looking for, or some men feel like it's corny to express how they feel.
Well said, man.
Yeah, or that you a sucker for expressing how they feel, or men can't cry, or men feel like that. And that's a bad feeling. I don't think men should feel like that. I think very much that you should go against the grain and do express yourself. And do get that off your chest and do talk about it and all that stuff. You can't just, I'm not a believer of just holding things in. Like, I think you need to address things.
I'm working on
so it don't become rooted. And if you don't address it, whatever you don't address, it becomes rooted. If you don't address it, it becomes a root. It do. And now that root is festering. And off of roots, different branches and different things grows. Just like the root of a tree. It grows in all type of directions. So it's like, handle that.